Throughout my many years as a Naruto fan, one question I saw pop up repeatedly during Naruto's run in Weekly Shonen Jump and in the years after the manga ended is, why didn't Naruto ever learn the Flying Raijin, better known to English dub fans as being the Flying Thunder God Jutsu? As many Naruto fans know, this was a jutsu that was created by the second Hokage, Tobirama Senju, and was perfected by the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze. Minato's skill with the jutsu was so impressive that on more than one occasion during the Fourth Great Ninja War, Tobirama complimented Minato's usage and referred to it as being superior to his own version of the jutsu. However, what about Naruto, the son of Minato? Well, getting the obvious answer out of the way, Naruto's speed in Justice KCM 1 mode was stated by multiple people to be comparable to Minato's Flying Raijin speed. Given that Naruto's stats would receive an additional boost with KCM 2, Sage's 6 Pass mode, and his Sage's 6 Pass Chakra mode, that does explain why Kishimoto never went as far as giving Naruto the jutsu. After all, with Naruto's massive chakra reserves and the overwhelming power at that point in the story, giving him the Flying Thunder God would make him beyond broken and it will make him a very difficult protagonist in order to challenge. However, what about during the earlier parts in the series? Why didn't Naruto ever get taught the jutsu by anyone before the war arc? There are a few reasons that I'll get into, but I want to clear up a little bit of the misinformation that still exists in the community when it comes to this topic. Contrary to popular belief, there were people inside of Konoha who did know the jutsu and how to perform it. Naruto in theory could have been taught this jutsu at some point. If you'll recall, during the Fourth Great Ninja War, Minato's personal Hokage guards revealed that they were taught the jutsu by Minato, but due to them not having his massive chakra reserves, they couldn't perform the basic teleportation version of jutsu without having to pull their chakra together, and it was something that they couldn't use often. One of these guards was Genma, the very same exam proctor who was the referee during the tuning exams during the third round, who oversaw Naruto's fight with Neji. In theory, Genma or the other guards could have taught Naruto the sealing formula and the mechanics for how to use the jutsu, but as for why, I'll give you my take on why they didn't do so. First, in the scene where the guards revealed that Minato taught them the jutsu, it tells us that in order to perform the basic jutsu's teleportation, it requires high chakra levels in order to attempt. We as fans know that Naruto has a massive amount of chakra, but Minato's guards would have been a different story. You have to remember that when Naruto was growing up, people knew him as being a screw up and as someone who didn't have a lot of talent. The kid had terrible chakra control and didn't particularly excel at much of anything outside of playing pranks. Naruto wouldn't have been on anyone's list to learn an extremely complex jutsu like the Flying Raijin, and given his poor chakra control, Minato's guards wouldn't have even considered teaching Naruto a jutsu that requires a massive volume of chakra to use alone. When you go back to the early parts of Naruto, there was a reason that people were so shocked during the tuning exams that Naruto tapped into the power of the Kyuubi. One of the best responses was by the third Hokage himself, who not only wondered when Naruto learned to tap into the power of the Kyuubi, but most importantly, how he learned to tap into it at will and do so in a controlled manner. Had Hiruzen not died, it's very possible that the jutsu of his father might have been passed down to Naruto, though the risk of Naruto using Minato's jutsu in order to play pranks or leave the village might have been part of the reason why it never would have been given to him as well. Even after becoming Hokage, fans have often wondered why during the 14 years between Naruto chapter 699 and chapter 700, which takes place just before the events of Naruto Gaiden, that Naruto never learned the jutsu. Now, contrary to popular belief, in chapter 700 of Naruto, when Naruto scolds Boruto for painting on the Hokage monument, he isn't using the Flying Thunder God. The misconception largely comes from the fact that Viz Media, they translated Boruto referring to Naruto using a teleportation jutsu. This is what I and others affectionately like to call Vizisms, where Viz Media makes a few small changes to the dialogue when it comes to the English print. Viz isn't the only media company to make these small changes, but given the topic of this video, I'm only going to be using Viz Media for this. Viz Media, when you look at the anime and manga, refer to the body flicker as being the teleportation jutsu, whereas in the Japanese anime and manga, it refers to it as simply being the body flicker. Body flicker is simply high-speed movement where the user moves so fast that they appear to teleport. The raw speed of Naruto shouldn't shock anyone at this point in the timeline. Naruto using body flicker to blitz Boruto on the Hokage monument from the Hokage office isn't that hard to imagine given Naruto's extreme volume of chakra and given the fact that his body flicker is going to be a lot faster than the average ninja. The same thing is true when it comes to the Boruto anime, when Naruto suddenly appears when New is attacking Konoha. Naruto simply used an advanced body flicker when he appeared. There's no flying Raijin kunai nearby, nor was there a jutsu seal on any of the surfaces of people near the scene. Finally, when Masashi Kishimoto wrote Naruto Databook 4, Naruto Uzumaki was not listed as one of the users for the flying Raijin, and in the supplemented guidebooks that have come out since then, Naruto is not listed as a user or a master of that jutsu. To be honest, it's not a bad idea to not have Naruto learn the jutsu. Naruto will be unstoppable using this jutsu. His raw combat speed is already in the upper tier of the universe, giving Naruto the ability to spam the flying Raijin on the battlefield. With his combination of insane battle speed and planet busting power, it makes him borderline, if not completely unstoppable, giving him the ability to appear anywhere in an instant, no matter the distance. Absolutely kills the tension, especially during the Boruto era. It's the exact same reason why Naruto was never taught to unlock any of the inner gates. Stacking the insane multiplier of the inner gates on top of the QB chakra mode, or the Sage of Six Paths mode, or the Sage of Six Paths chakra mode would be absolutely insane, and there would be no one who could rival Naruto. But I want to know from you guys, what do you guys think about Naruto not learning the Flying Thunder God, and do you think that Naruto should be able to learn the jutsu in the future? But as always guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day guys.